Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to the month of May. This is your 3 cards for the month. So I have to mention some planetary things for Cancers because it's worth mentioning because it's probably affecting you. Now, we've had Pluto in Capricorn for a while. We're talking about 2008 until now, and it stays there until 2024. So we got another 5 years. Pluto in Capricorn means that it's in our relationship house, our 7th house, which means that it's like doing a giant spring cleaning of your relationship life and partnerships. Sometimes it's going to bring up a lot of upheaval. Things are dramatic, things are really intense in a good way, and sometimes things are explosive and over with in a bad way. You've probably already been going through it because it's been several years already. So think about how much your relationship life has changed since 2008. Quite a bit, I'm sure, right? The people you have in your life now compared to who you had then, the way you interact, what you expect, your self-worth, your self-respect. So we've still got a little ways to go. Now, Pluto is retrograding right now until September. So you might see a bit of a slowdown you might see a deeper period of reflecting again on these topics. If it's like a relationship, a steady person, like a couple kind of thing, you might see either it can deepen the way you talk about things, or you're talking more about maybe the past, or it can make things feel stagnant or like they're not going forward the way you wanted quite. And retrogrades are usually times of slowing down and reflecting and evaluating. Then we have a second planet also in Capricorn in our 7th house, so double whammy. We have Saturn in Capricorn as well. Now, if it was just Saturn, it would be possibly a better thing, because sometimes, and this is where it's going to be tricky for Cancer with relationships, because some parts of Pluto are going to bring in dynamic or transformational people into your life, and some may stay, and some may just be there to transform you and then it's done, and others may really be very powerful and intense and stay in your life. But there's also the upheaval factor too with Pluto. Now, when it comes to Saturn, that could bring somebody very serious and steady into your life, or it could bring the commitment factor. So Saturn is also now retrograding. It stays in our relationship house until 2020, so it's not as long as Pluto. So what does that mean? It means that, I mean, I'm a Cancer too, so what I'm expecting is that there's potential for deepening and strengthening committed relationships if I'm willing to do a lot of inner work and allow, my partner to do a lot of inner work. But I'm also going to be cautious if there's too many power struggles, if the intensity is like uncomfortable or codependent, if there's always something wrong, then there's a problem. But if it's bringing up, transformation in terms of bettering myself, healing old wounds, taking more risks to be more confident, that's a different kind of Pluto. That's the healing power of Pluto versus the destructive power of Pluto. So I'd be more discerning in my relationships, and that's how I would play it. So we're going to look at your 3 cards now for the month for Cancer. So first we will burn our beautiful sage, though. Here we go. Just imagine this beautiful sage smoke all around you as it is around me. cleansing and purifying. And we ask Archangel Michael to come and remove anything in, on, or around us no longer for our highest good, sending that to the light. Take it till to the light. Here's your cards. 8 of Wands. Prince of Swords. And the 5 of Pentacles. So, 8 of Wands is high energy, buoyant, spontaneous, takes a leap, takes a risk. Sometimes it represents a trip, maybe a short trip. It's positive and adventurous and high energy. So if there's a chance for you to take any kind of short trip or day trip, or maybe you'll have a sudden opportunity to go somewhere for a few days, definitely take it. The Prince of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles are not so great. But this is the Plutonian thing that we talked about. So let me just hold them up again. The Prince of Swords is, he's really not a good energy for a Cancer. Because as you can maybe see, he just looks so angular and uncomfortable. And he's got all of this, all these things going on around him. And he's usually very intelligent. Can be really charming, and he's also really not mentally stable. Most of the time he's scattered, or he's not honest, and you have to keep your eye out for this guy, not to get involved. The 5 of Pentacles can be a lot of worry that he brings into your life. It could also be that this is someone you already know and you're already worried about them. So if there's somebody around you like that, it tends to be more of an air sign energy, the swords. So if you know somebody who has some anxiety issues or difficulty making decisions, communicating, if he's too charming, it's a red flag. Anyway, this person, if they bring any worry into your life, or if they affect your finances in some way, because the 5 of Pentacles sometimes is a card of financial restriction. I would say definitely not a time to be investing in any fancy schemes or putting up money up front for anything that you don't know, like not with a person who's like that. Prince of Swords could be somebody who's really good at selling you something. Be careful of that. Be careful of too much hype. If it's someone you're dating, be careful, if they're too charming too soon. You want to avoid loaning money. And, yeah, so sorry, but there's a cautionary thing here about somebody around you that you shouldn't trust. I'm going to pull some more cards on that one. Yep, I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, they're confirming to me there's someone around that I do not trust for Cancer. And I'm not saying to be paranoid of everyone around you now, but those are the qualities of the person that we're looking for. So somebody, when you can't get a straight answer to a clear question, when you can't make plans that are reliable, when you can't open up your heart or feel safe emotionally, this isn't the right person. Now, the other cards that I pulled around this, once you do spot who this is and you have let them go, you're going to feel enormously, enormously better. Okay? You have the card of Virtue and the Hierophant, so there's going to be a lot of mental and emotional peace after you've let this person go. So sometimes Cancer, this person might be around you right now and you just haven't really seen them in that light or that angle before. So just be willing to let yourself see and be a little, instead of that 8 of Wands that wants to just jump in and take a risk and, oh well, what the hell, this is fun. Or how bad could it be? No, not this month. Check it out. Check things out and be cautious. Overall, I don't want to give you a bad feeling about your month, but sometimes there's months in life, or there's times in life where there's a test to overcome, and we want to eliminate anyone toxic from our lives. With Pluto going through our 7th house, it's going to force us to let go of anyone that isn't healthy for us. All right? If you need a private reading, I'm here at river-rain.com or Clairvoyant Medium Catharine Allen on Facebook. Have a good month.